Fear is a choice. The fear of dying. The fear of not playing again. You can choose to fear them, or you can choose to attack them, and that's what we did.
When James Conner started chemotherapy, he was offered a private room, but he turned it down. He didn't want to be looked at as more special than anyone else. Tune into SportsCenter after tonight's game for James Conner for Those Who Can't, this week's SC feature. John Buccigross, John Anderson, SportsCenter at night after the ball game tonight, as former Red Sox reliever Koji Uehara spent the last 4 years in a Boston uniform, such a big part of the 2013 World Series championship team. He had 7 saves in the postseason in October that year, and over 4 years saved a total of 79 games for the Red Sox. But he'll be best remembered here in Boston as being a part of that ball club right there.
Yeah, so much success in a Red Sox uniform, and getting to come back and try and beat his old team. And he's off to a great start for the Cubs. He does it with that fastball, 87. At times he'll get it up into the upper 80s, but it's that great split-fingered fastball that hitters on both sides of the plate have to worry about. He'll cut the fastball occasionally, but he's so good there at 87 miles an hour. Hitters have to have so much respect for that split-fingered fastball, that fastball just plays up. He uses it. He'll challenge hitters in the top of the zone with it, all to set up what is a great weapon, that split-fingered.
Roller to first. Rizzo to Uehara. Close. Safe. Hernandez beats it out.
Well, you just love to see Hernandez getting it out of the box, knowing, hey, I got to beat the pitcher. And if there's any hiccup with him getting over properly, I've got a chance. Uehara searching for the bag, doesn't get there smoothly, and that's about as close as you'll get at first base. This might be the ultimate look here. I think he beats. I think Uehara beats him, right?
Tie goes to the runner. You don't think it's a tie? You think Uehara got there first?
I think it's a tie. I mean,
I guess tie doesn't exist anymore, right? Tie goes to replay.
and then doesn't overturn it.
They're going to have a look.
Oh, Rizzo. The throw, the flip to Uehara kills his momentum just a little bit.
I mean, that's like,
you know, of all the ones we've had,
that's as tie as tie gets.
Yeah.
That is. I think Uehara's foot gets down quicker, don't you?
Can you overturn it?
Boone, I got your back on this one.
I don't think you overturn it.
And the call has been upheld. The call stands. So safe at first is Hernandez on an infield hit.
Well, great job by Hernandez of taking nothing for granted, and just that flip that just took Uehara off his lane, his momentum a little bit, enough for him to make it that close and to be the leadoff and go ahead run on.
And the first hit since Pedroia is in the second.
Here's Xander Bogaerts. Go ahead run at first. And the pitch outside, ball 1.
Uehara looked like he slipped after he released the pitch. By Contreras calling timeout to go talk to him.
Pedro Strop now up in the pen for the Cubs. Red Sox had a 2-0 lead after an inning. Cubs got a run of the 5th, another in the 7th to tie it. Swing and a miss by Bogaerts, and it's 1-1. Well, if Uehara and possibly Strop are to get out of this, they're going to have to navigate themselves through the toughest part of the Red Sox lineup. Bogaerts up, Benintendi on deck, Betts behind him, and then Hanley Ramirez, who has homered tonight. 1-2.
I mean, he just challenged him with 2 87-mile-an-hour fastballs in the heart of the plate. And it just goes to show you that that fastball plays up a lot quicker than you think as a hitter. Kind of has a short arm with it, and it just gets on you. And I think as a hitter, you've got to sell out. Until you get 2 strikes, you've got to sell out one way or the other. Fastball or look for a hanging split against Uehara.
Rizzo will not have a play. Got another fastball there. When he gets to 2 strikes, you're almost counting on getting the split, but he threw him a fastball.
Which is part of why Bogaerts is late. I mean, you know, with 2 strikes that he's got to be able to respect that pitch.
Yeah, but I think you've got to tell yourself before you go up there as a hitter, his fastball is better than the number on the scoreboard is telling me. I know he throws 87. I know he throws 88, but it's going to appear much quicker when you get in that box, and you've got to prepare yourself mentally for that.
You saw the graphic, the number for Bogaerts. He's a good 2-strike hitter in a battle here against his ex-teammate Koji Uehara. Another fastball.
And you see Bogaerts asking him if that pitch is high, and he's saying no, it's a strike. That's at the top of the strike zone probably, and he's in position to at least do that and get a piece of that fastball, all the while trying to protect against that split. And if he gets a split that hangs up, he's got a chance to do something with it.
High in the air down the left field line, but foul. Boy, that wound up being a whole lot closer than it looked like it might have been off the bat. And Bogaerts is like, where did that one land?
There was another fastball up that he's able to up and in this time, and he's able to get the barrel to it, but he doesn't hook it, so it kind of stays true down that line. And as you can see, pretty close.
Checking to make sure he didn't crack the bat.
But this is where the chess match happens and goes on. You know, Bogaerts has just been a steady diet of fastballs. All the while, you know, in the back of his mind, he's protecting against the split, knows it's got to come at some point, but this is what Koji does so well.
Unpredictable.
He's so unpredictable. You think it's got to come at a certain point, and he'll just keep challenging you.
Into center field, a base hit. Up to second goes Hernandez.
And this is why Xander Bogaerts leads all of baseball with 2-strike hitting. I mean, that was a clinic that he just put on, being able to protect against the fastball. Then he finally gets a split up in the zone, a slider up in the zone, excuse me, that's hanging. And look what he does. I mean, he doesn't even use his legs. It's all arms here just to get to this pitch, because this is 2-strike hitting. He's not trying to do anything but keep this at bat alive, and he gets the pitch that he can get a hit with, and he does just that.
So a real opportunity here for the Red Sox to break the tie in the bottom of the 8th. First and second, nobody out. And Andrew Benintendi is the batter. He is 1 for 3, had a base hit and scored back in the first. Shows bunt, pushes it up the third baseline, hugged the line for a while, and then went foul.
Well, it's pretty good execution here by Benintendi. He lays it down on that line, but just enough slice on that ball as it trickles foul. And as soon as Brian realizes that, he swipes
Smart.
it up. Yep.
It looked like it was almost running back towards the foul line.
0 sack bunts, though, for the Red Sox this season. This is that one situation where you could certainly justify it.
Didn't show anything on that pitch.
But I think that might have been a case where Benintendi might have even done it on his own there. There was kind of a not a complete sacrifice, sort of bunting for a hit. I'm going to lay it down perfect over here, perfect or foul. And now with a strike on him, probably go to hitting the rest of the way.
Into right field, going to get down for a base hit. Hernandez will be held at third, and the Red Sox have loaded the bases with nobody out.
Well, probably a prudent move to hold Hernandez at third base, especially when you consider who's in right field and the throwing arm. But it's a split-fingered fastball that stays up, and there's that great plate coverage by Benintendi. He's got it covered, hooks that ball to right, and I think he probably scores, but with no outs in the middle of your order coming up, and with the throwing arm and the reputation of Hayward, probably a good choice to hold them.
So Uehara does not get an out. He is out of the game. Pedro Strop on his way in for the Cubs.
This stop is Main Street.
America's #1 sporting goods store is always open. Every season starts at Dicks.com.
I joined the Army in July of '98.
Our 18-year-old was in an accident. When I call USAA, it was that voice asking me, is your daughter okay? That's where I felt relief.
We're the Rivera family, and we will be with USAA for life.
Do you feel that? That's the feeling of awe. And the sense of calm as it washes over you, leaving you to just sit back and enjoy. Let all your travel worries drift away thanks to 24/7 help with the Travelocity Customer First Guarantee. Travelocity. Wander wisely.
Hi, thanks for coming. This year, Chevy received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards than any other car brand.
I'm very, very impressed.
Did I mention they received more of them last year, too?
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
And the year before that.
More doors. Oh, wow.
And the year before that.
So it keeps going.
In fact, Chevy has received more J.D. Power Awards for initial quality than any other car company, 4 years in a row.
I'm speechless. Impressive. Chevy, stepping up their game.
MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get club branded home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Pedro Strop is into the game, and here's what he's got to deal with. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Mookie Betts at the plate.
And off to a little bit of a slow start, too, for Strop, who's been such a valuable setup man for the Cubs, for the Orioles. Has already 7 walks in his 7+ innings of work on the season. Fastball slider split, but primarily that fastball slider combination.
Infield in for the Cubs. Check swing foul off. Betts 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. A lot of success in his relatively brief career with the bases loaded. Hernandez at third, Bogarts at second, Benintendi at first as Uehara looks on, and Betts bounces it foul, and it's 0-2.
Oh, that's great execution by Strop there. You worry about with Betts because he's so good on the ball in, and if you make a mistake in there, it's usually an extra base hit. But that's a well-located pitch, and his chance right now, he's got to either crowd him and tie him up inside and get some weak contact, or get a chase with the slider or the split. I mean, he's looking for weak contact, a pop-up, or a strikeout in this situation. And I don't think you can leave anything on the plate, at least for the next couple of pitches here to Mookie Betts.
Bases loaded, nobody out, tie game. Betts settles in, Stroke back on the rubber. Infielders creeping in for the Cubs. Yes, he did. A big first out for Stroke.
That is great execution by Stroke. Couple of fastballs in on the hands, and that sets up the slider, which is Stroke's #1 pitch. You see the fastball run in on the hands, off the plate. He gets to 2 strikes. And what makes this slider good, it starts out as a strike. It starts out down and in the strike zone, and Betts reads it, and then it's too late by the time he recognizes it disappearing out of the strike zone.
So
and a tough man to strike out. Stroke gets a big one.
So now with a 1 out, Hanley Ramirez coming up, and the infielders have backed up some to double play depth, hoping to get a ball on the ground, turn 2, and get out of it. Ramirez homered in the first, scoring the 2 Boston runs tonight. And there's a slider right down the heart of the plate. 0-1.
That's a huge first strike, because now you can start really working the edges, and you've already established since coming in that you can work both the fastball and the slider. And that's the one right there. That is going to be the discipline for Ramirez in this bat, is going to be, I've got to lay off the pitch in, because if I'm chasing that pitch in, there's a chance I can't do anything but hit it foul or hit it weakly, and it makes me susceptible to his slider away. So I'm looking on the plate and probably want him to elevate it.
Out of play, 1-2.
On his first at bat, it was a mislocation by Kyle Hendricks. They were looking to put it away. It ended up getting up and in on the hands of Hanley, and he capitalized, sending this ball 440 feet out of the stadium.
Just trying to get something in the air here. Off Stroke, get it to the outfield, bring home the go-ahead run.
If you're Hernandez at third too, you've got to be aware in your secondary lead, because you know now with 2 strikes this might be a situation where they again try and bounce a breaking ball to try and get a chase. You've got to be ready if that ball skips away at all from Contreras.
It bounces a few feet away, but not far enough for Hernandez to risk it.
Good job by Contreras there. And no chance for Hernandez, but it's key with a right-handed hitter and Ramirez. You know Bryant's not really going to be jockeying you much at third base. I think he can get even a better secondary than that and still be in position if they were to even pick behind you, which is unlikely with a righty up.
Two and two the count on Hanley Ramirez. Stroke trying to get out of the jam created by Koji Uehara. This one does bounce further away, and the go-ahead run will score.
Well, this inning started with Hernandez hustling to first base and not taking a ground out to first for granted. He's able to beat it out. And now with 2 strikes, they bounce another slider This one does get far enough away. Hernandez able to capitalize and score the go-ahead run. And now that forces the Cubs infield in as they got to try and cut off that run. Still less than 2 outs. A chance now for Ramirez to pad that lead.
3-2 Red Sox. Full count now on Ramirez. And that's ball 4 inside, and that'll load him up again.
Pretty good at bat by Ramirez there after falling behind 0-2 to be able to lay off all those pitches and now set the table for the lefty Moreland with a chance to break it open for the Sox.
So now the Cubs will back up again to double play depth, but with Moreland up, they've gone into somewhat of a shift. Russell is just on the second base side of the bag. Oh, 0-1. So a wild pitch thrown by Strop allows the Red Sox to take a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. And the way that Craig Kimbrell has been throwing recently for Boston, it does not look good right now for the Cubs. Red Sox would love a little more insurance, though, a little bit more of a cushion before Kimbrell comes on to do his thing.
Well, we've seen now this is the 3rd batter, and Moreland to call time. Strop likes to work quick, kind of vary his times when he throws to home, and Hanley, Moreland, and Betts all calling time early to try to mess that up.
Both teams out of timeouts this inning. Or should be.
So Bogarts at 3rd now, Benintendi at 2nd, Ramirez at 1st. Remember, the Cubs pen came into the game tonight with a scoreless streak of 17 consecutive innings. That is gone. Red Sox try to win 2 out of 3. Strop waiting for Moreland to get back in the box. Dustin Pedroia loosening up on deck. Chop foul. $36,916 here at Fenway Park. Thousands of them Cub fans on a cold night. It was 47 degrees when the game began, and it certainly isn't getting any warmer. The Red Sox trying to send their fans home happy. They have reclaimed the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Weekly hit right side. The only play is to first, and another run will score.
Well, pretty good execution by Strop here as he puts this slider at the bottom of the zone, starts it in the strike zone, and probably moves it out. But Moreland, grinding and battling this whole at bat, is able to at least put this pitch in play. And because it's put in play weekly, no chance for Rizzo to do anything but take the sure out at first base. And another insurance run for the Red Sox and for Craig Kimbrell, who will come on in the 9th.
Here's Pedroia, 1 for 2 with a walk. Due up for the Cubs, bottom 3rd of the order in the 9th inning. Contreras, Almora, and Jay. Red Sox led early, 2-run homer in the 1st by Hanley Ramirez. Cubs a run in the 5th, a run in the 7th to tie it, and the Red Sox retaking the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Well located fastball there, and it's 1-2.
You've got to continue, though, to try and see the ball up if you're Pedroia, because you know now he wants to get you to chase that slider down and out of the zone, and he doesn't consistently command the bottom of the zone with the fastball like he just did.
Down the line at third to Benintendi. Ramirez, the runner at second, bounced in, and Benintendi was aggressively coming down the line even before that pitch bounced away, trying to do what you were talking about before and just take advantage of any possibility.
Well, even now, with even more so with 2 strikes and 2 outs, you'd be even more aggressive down there at third base. You'd be willing to roll the dice even more so. Obviously no chance there, but I love the intensity with that secondary lead of Benintendi.
Another one in the dirt. Strop frustrated. The count is full.
Well, it's frustrating because you have 2 non-competitive pitches, and as much as he'll get people to chase on the sliders, you see Contreras do a nice job 2 in a row blocking this pitch, but when you see it out of the hand and you know it's a ball, especially for the experienced Dustin Pedroia, it's 2 easy balls in a row.
You can't give in to him here, though. You've got to try and get him to chase still.
Grounder to short. And safe. Skips away from Rizzo. 2 more runs will score. Russell bounces the throw over. Rizzo couldn't come up with it, and the Red Sox pad their lead.
Well, it's a pretty good pitch to hit as this slider stays up, and I thought they'd try and continue to work the edges with first base open. This ball stays up, but they get the ground ball, and there's plenty of time, but he just short hops it over there, and that's a play that Rizzo's going to handle 9 times out of 10. He's so good typically in the dirt, and I don't think this is even a difficult chance, certainly by Rizzo's standards. It's kind of a little bit of an in-between hop. Definitely not a good throw there by Russell, but a ball that typically Rizzo will handle.
And another pitching change. The error on Russell allows 2 more runs to score.
Look beat, Butchie. Up late watching the games?
Daughter was out late. It's hard not to worry about your teen driver out on the road.
Liberty Mutual lets you leave worry behind. I heard they offer 24-hour roadside assistance. Saw it in a commercial once.
He'll figure it out.
Liberty stands with you.
Liberty Mutual stood with me when this guy got a flat tire in the middle of the night, so he got home safe.
Yeah, my dad says their insurance doesn't have that. What?
You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
If you have a garden, you know. Weeds are low-down little scoundrels. With Roundup Precision Gel, you can finally banish garden weeds without harming precious plants nearby. So draw the line. Just give the stick 1 click, touch the leaves, and the gel stays put, killing garden weeds to the root with pinpoint precision. Draw the line with Roundup Precision Gel. And be sure to check out Roundup with Sure Shot Wand, another good for the garden product from Roundup.
Apparently, the picture is worth 1,000 words. The award-winning 4K displays from Vizio.
Kochi Uehara in the foreground. Behind him, Pedro Strop. Tough night for both guys, really. The error by Russell adding 2 more unearned runs. It's now a 4-run lead for the Red Sox, bottom of the 8th. A 4-run inning so far for the Red Sox as lefty Brian Dunsing comes into the game.
Yeah, on for the 7th time. Fastball, curveball, slider change, 4-pitch mix. That fastball typically about 92 miles an hour on average.
Jackie Bradley Jr. is the batter. He's 0 for 3. Uehara loaded the bases on hits. An infield hit and a very close play for Marco Hernandez. Then Bogaerts and Benintendi with base hits. Strop came on, struck out Mookie Betts. But then a wild pitch changed everything. A run came in to score, then a walk to Hanley Ramirez reloaded the bases. Mitch Moreland put a ball in play, picked up an RBI on a ground out. And then on what looked like a play that would end the inning, a Dustin Pedroia ground ball to short. Addison Russell short hops Anthony Rizzo at first. And 2 more runs scored. The inning now is over, but not before the Red Sox score 4 times to take a 6-2 lead to the 9th.
You want to be the next big thing, the next LeBron. The truth is, we don't need more LeBrons.
We don't need more Adrianas.
We don't need more Drews.
We need more of me.
We need more kids to see the world of possibilities. That's why Verizon is giving free tech, free access, and hands-on learning to students in need. Join us at weneedmore.com.
Advanced technology, durability, adorability, and baby softness. Maybe not. It takes a lot to save a galaxy, but most of all it takes, confidence. That's why there's Hanes with Fresh IQ Advanced Odor Protection Technology. It's the smart way to stay fresh enough to take on the whole stinking universe. Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in theaters May 5th.
This is Brooks Yard, with cute kids, an adorable dog, and ugly bare spots. Bare spots that are hard to fix using seed alone. But Scott's Easy Seed changes everything. It's an all-in-one solution. Our finest grass seed, plus quick start fertilizer and natural super absorbent mulch. Grow grass anywhere. The very first time, guaranteed. Bare spots be gone. This is a Scott's Yard.
You got those eyes staring into my soul.
After becoming one of the largest broadband companies in the country, after expanding our fiber network coast to coast, these are the places we call home. We are CenturyLink. We believe in the power of the digital world, the power to connect, and that's what drives us every day.
That was really good.
Thank you.
CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
The NBA playoffs continue Thursday on ESPN.
Oh, one of the things the Red Sox have had going recently is when they win a game, the outfielders do a little dance. The 3 of them could be Bradley, Betts, Benintendi. Brock Holt is on the DL right now. He can be a part of it. Chris Young can be a part of it. It seems like a different guy always takes the lead. This is this year's dance when it's these 3, Betts, Bradley, and Benintendi. And with a 4-run lead going to the 9th, and Kimbrel on the mound, feels like there's going to be some dancing at Fenway pretty soon.
Well, he is off to a great start this season. Obviously not a safe situation now with a 6-2 lead, but look at that. 10 1/3 innings, 20 strikeouts already on the year, just 2 walks, 5 hits allowed. He is the owner of that high 90s typically fastball and a big curveball. Oh man.
One of those days where you're glad you're retired, Aaron. That old man was out loud.
I mean, he's commanding his fastball so good here early in the season.
'98, 0-2. Some long faces. Russell, Strop, Uehara. After the way that the bottom of the 8th unraveled for the Cubs as Contreras skies one. Shallow left center field. It'll be Bradley. Don't forget, SportsCenter comes your way next here on ESPN. Our next telecast here on ESPN, Major League telecast tomorrow night, the Orioles and the Red Sox. 1 week from tonight, we will see you from Wrigley Field. We hope we will see you. The Cubs and the Yankees. And another great interleague matchup between two iconic franchises, two historic franchises. One down here in the 9th inning for Albert Almora Jr. And a ground ball to Dustin Pedroia, just like that. They're an out away. Red Sox won the opener Friday night. Cubs with a win yesterday afternoon, and now the Red Sox an out away from taking 2 out of 3. It'll be John Jay. Matt Barnes would pick up the win. Koji Uehara would get saddled with a loss. There would be no save here for Kimbrel, inheriting a 4-run lead going to the 9th. Hanley Ramirez with a home run way back in the 1st. Two teams with high hopes of playing into October and deep into October. Obviously, the Cubs looking to repeat their championship, and the Red Sox with high hopes coming into this season as well, as now they are a strike away.
Watch how late the break is on this pitch. All fastballs to this point. First curveball of the inning. John Jay
just missed.
Sees it as low fastball, not so much. Nasty.
6 pitches, 6 strikes for Kimbrel. Of either the called or swinging variety, obviously. The 0-2 on the way. Did he go? Check the swing, and it's 1-2 on Jay. Uehara's been on the other side of the field. He knows how often the Red Sox have mounted comebacks late in games. Had the lead, gave up the lead, never trailed, but gave up the lead, but then got it back in the bottom of the 8th. 99, but upstairs. I think if you're a Cubs fan and you came to Fenway, you saw a win yesterday, you enjoyed probably the experience of being in this ballpark, watching your team play. You would have liked this one to have gone a little bit better late in the game. Back to the mound. Kimbrel's got it, and that'll be that. Really fun weekend series between the Cubs and the Red Sox, with the Red Sox taking 2 out of 3. And that means it's dancing time of the outfield right now. Smiles all around for the Red Sox. They beat the Cubs 6-2. Cubs heading home to take on the Phillies. Red Sox staying home to host the Orioles. You can see that game tomorrow night here on ESPN. Ramirez with a home run, a 4-run bottom of the 8th. Barnes the winner, Uehara the loser, and the Red Sox beat the Cubs 6-2. For Aaron Boone, Jessica Mendoza, and Buster Olney, I'm Dan Shulman saying so long from Fenway Park in Boston. Thanks for watching, and SportsCenter is next.
That was the baseball game in Fenway Park. Red Sox take 2 out of 3 from the Chicago Cubs as a bottom of the 8th rally. A former nationman got it done.
How would you like to be Babe Ruth for a day? Anthony Rendon of the Nats was incredible. 3rd inning, Rendon's already got 2 ribbies, and now he's going deep off Sean Gilmartin. That's up there with the people. Got a home run, 1st of the year, 3 ribs on the day. I mean, he's already earned the post-game spread, but in the 4th, bang, another one. Off Gilmartin again, little slide piece that he got all of. 3-run homer, so we've got 2 jacks, 6 ribs, and 3 at-bats, but wait, there's more. 9 ribbies when he comes to finish off the day.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a long drive, deep left field, way back. This ball is gone. Goodbye. Gone. Goodbye. 6 for 6 in the game for Rendon. He's hit 3 home runs in the game. 10 runs batted in. Unbelievable.
You don't like talking about yourself, but I'm going to have to do this to you. You went 6 for 6 with 3 homers and 10 RBI today. How do you react to that?
Our pitching was,
just amazing. They kept them down to 5 runs, so as long as we scored 6, all we had to do was win.
Can I do anything to get you to comment on your offensive day today?
No.
So they scored 6 plus 17 more, 23-5, and there you go. 6 for 6, 10 ribs, 3 homers. He had a low slugging percentage to start, just 2 extra base hits all year, hadn't hit a homer yet, and then 3 on Sunday. Drove in a franchise record 10 runs, had just 5 ribs all season entering Sunday, and there you go. Raised the slugging percentage from 250 to 411. The batting average went up 52 points. SportsCenter's on your TV, along with John B. I am John A. Thanks for having us. And now all the news of players who did not hit 3 home runs or drive in 10, which, don't know if I should be shocked, is every player in the NBA.
Jazz and Clippers were both 51 and 31 during the regular season. No surprise this 4-5 game would go down to a Game 7. In Los Angeles, Chris Paul's never been to a conference final. Rudy Gobert, he was in foul trouble early and often. Didn't play much. Early second, Jazz lead. And there we go again. Gobert, 3rd personal foul. Got 2 really early, done for a while. Then got a 3rd, done for a while. He played just 5 minutes in the first half, but Derek Favors, huge in his stead. Lays that one up and in. George Hill. Come on. Nope, but guess who? Favors. Hey, can you do me a favors?
Several.
Bounce. Good arc. 10 points, 9 rebounds off the bench in place of Gobert in the first half. 3rd quarter now. You see Utah's up by 8. Paul tries to draw the foul. Boris Diaw the other way. Jazz by 10. 2 minutes later, down by 12. This thing is starting to slip away. Paul did not shoot well on Sunday. In transition, here comes Big Boris. Yes, and 1. Jazz by 15. Gordon Hayward not shooting particularly well, yet they keep extending their lead. Paul 6 of 19 from the floor, 13 points. Final midway through the 3rd, Paul, that's an air ball. There's Paul Pierce fighting for it. Shot clock violation. Now the 3rd quarter's winding down. Clippers all around. Johnson finds the cutting Rodney Hood. Watch it again. They have Joe Johnson surrounded. This is bad, real bad. Joe Johnson. Hood. Austin Rivers watching Johnson. Hood cutting, and there it is. Quinn Snyder, well done. Paul Pierce, that's it for him. Walks off the floor for the final time. Clippers lose Game 7.
You know, it feels real good. You know, I was struggling a lot this season with injuries, and you know, my teammates had to, you know, hold it down for me while I was out. But you know, I felt like I owed them, especially in this game. You know, I just want to come out, be aggressive, make sure I had their backs. When Rudy got in foul trouble, you know, I had to make sure I was ready mentally and physically, and you know, I just wanted to, you know, just pay them back for holding me down all season.
Salt Lake has been blessed with just a tradition of playoff success. So for them to stick with me and stick with Fave and ride it out, it means a lot. And I know they're going to be excited to have us come back and play again in front of them, and it means a lot for me to play in front of them.
Chris Paul, 76 career playoff games without a conference final. That's most in NBA history. Resounding statement by the Jazz to close out the series. They win by 13, their largest margin of victory ever in a clincher on the road in the playoffs. They improved to 2-2 on the road in Game 7s. Game 1 of their Western Conference semifinal game is Tuesday against Golden State. Meanwhile, the Clippers, what went wrong?
Listen, they beat us. I'm not, you know, not having Blake obviously is a major wound when, you know, you take your best scorer, your second best rebounder, your second best passer off a team. But give Utah credit. I mean, they won the series. They won the series, and I think they should get the congratulations, and there's no excuses. We lost.
What do you think the team needs to do in order to get over the hump next year?
Luckily, that's not my job. You know what I mean? That's not my job.
Hey, Chris, I feel obligated to at least ask, have you given any consideration to your early termination option?
No, I haven't. We just lost probably like 20 minutes ago.
Hey, Doc, what's your outlook on this core group staying together moving forward?
We'll figure that one out. You know, I'm thinking about the loss today instead of the summer. I'm sure everyone will have their own suggestions. You know, we've been reading about our obituary for about 3 months now, so I'm sure everyone will have that.
Clippers led 2-1 in the series. First team NBA history blow a series lead in 5 straight postseasons. All right, so here's the deal. J.J. Redick, a free agent. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin have player options. A few potential free agents, Millsap, Hayward of the Jazz, Kyle Lowry, each have player options as well. They'll opt to become free agents and get the guaranteed cake at the end. Steph Curry does not have a player option.
Smile, you just won Game 1 of the Celtics-Wizards series. And in this one, Isaiah Thomas got turned into a jack-o'-lantern. Let's sink our tooth into it, huh? Start of the conference semis, Washington at Boston. Isaiah Thomas, all right at shoot-around, and then this.
I was going for a steal, and I think it was Porter. His elbow just hit me, and he came out. I mean, I've taken 1,000 hits like that, and my tooth never came out. I've always had teammates that I've always clowned them about their tooth being out. Now I'm one of them, so hopefully we can replace it as soon as possible.
I couldn't even take him serious when he was talking to me.
Spitting blood?
No, I don't know what. I don't even know what happened.
I know.
He just started talking. And I said, tooth, bro? Yeah, wrong sport.
Had the tooth removed without permission. Then he went and got it because, you know, the tooth fairy, front tooth, that's a lot of money. And perhaps they're going to try and stick that sucker back in there on Monday. Thomas played well, even with the gap in his grill, hit the three-pointer there, and then knocks down another 3. Coach Brad Stevens on his toothless star.
Good? What happened? Hey, you know what? You're 2 for 2 since it happened.
Do you think Isaiah is better without a tooth?
I do. I do. He looks a little tougher. I like it.
There he is, smile. You see that? Butch, he is one shiner away from being a hockey player. That's all he needs. And then they would call it a lower body injury.
Yeah, many a tooth has been dislodged in Boston, but it usually involves a Boston Bruin or some dude in the schoolyard who got lippy with my boy Tommy McGonigal, called his mother a name I can't repeat here, and Tommy went 5-finger death punch to the loser's nose. That's it.
Yeah, my dentist anxiety, so irrational that every 6 months, I literally would rather drive a meat thermometer in my ear with a ball-peen hammer than sit in his chair. So if I'm Isaiah, I keep the lisp and the tough guy look. As for the outcome of the game, and those with a full set of chiclets, there's Thomas right there. Thomas, no look path and thigh to Marcus Smart. Thomas, one more time, gonna drive in there. Look at this, Butchie, reverse layup. A great thought. Thomas, great. One more time. Thomas finished with 33 points, 9 assists, 31 of 32 of his adult teeth. In the second quarter, Markieff Morris makes a jumper, but he comes down on Al Horford's foot. I mean, if you've been to the Y once and had that happen, you know, talk about pain. That really, yeah, it hurts. Stayed on the floor for a moment, eventually walks off under his own power, diagnosed a sprained left ankle, would not return. The C's, they did come back from 14 down after the first, and they did it with Al Horford doing everything. Perfect pass to Kelly Olynyk, and then he dunks one home, and after Jay Crowder misses, Horford's there to clean it up. Rebound, put it back. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. That is one shy of the triple-double. Celts tie a franchise postseason record, 19 threes. Jay Crowder led the way with 6 of them. They were 19 of 39 from behind the arc. Thomas, three-pointer. Look at that. You're at home. Members bounce. You like to see that. Al Horford even had one. 1 for 3. Little set shot, but that finds the bottom. Boston outscoring the Wiz 71-42 across the second and third quarters. So that's where the game got away. Avery Bradley. Can I get a heat check, please? Celtics win game 1, 123-111. Afterwards, Thomas winning, but still hurting a little bit.
Basketball, when I'm on the court, it just keeps me going. So I do everything for my sister now, and that's all I can do.
What he's been able to do is, I think you used the word unfathomable, and I stick with that. I can't imagine being able to do it myself if I were in the same situation, and it's an incredible, he's incredible.
I got in at 4 in the morning, so I mean, it was, tried to get as much sleep as I can on the flight, and then when I got home this morning, but I mean, it was tough, but it's the playoffs. There's no excuses. I decided to play, and I just tried to give it all I got for my team, and we came out with the win.
Thomas speaking about returning from Washington and his sister's funeral this weekend. Winning game one, generally never a bad thing for the Celtics. It bodes particularly well. In the last 10 postseasons, they have won the first game of the playoff series 9 times, and each of the previous 8 we're winning and we're advancing. Moving on.
26-year-old Anthony Rendon, Lamar High School, Houston, Texas, and on the Rice University, 6th overall pick, 2011 draft, had one of the best offensive days in baseball history on Sunday, doing something only 12 others have ever done. It began with just a little single to left, plating 2 against Noah Syndergaard and the Mets. The Nationals, who have had a good offense this year, take a 3-1 lead. They've scored at least 15 twice entering this game. Bottom 3, Nats up 5-3, picking apples, making pies. That's a home run, his first of the year. Got to get Anthony going, especially with Adam Eaton out now. Got to lengthen that lineup. Breaking ball, and he squares that one up for his second home run of the game. Goodbye. Bottom of the 5th, bases loaded. Rendon up again. 10-5. Cranks that one to right center. It's traveling, not quite enough. High off the wall, off that Pirate Marlins score. 4th hit, 9 RBIs so far in the game, to the 7th. Rendon up again.
Just trying to hit an arc somewhere. Director and crew summoning a triple here.
Runner on second. It's 15-5 now. Game no longer in doubt. That's a base hit. Murphy doesn't score. Not going to be real aggressive up by 10. Normally he might score there. Cost him an RBI perhaps. It's now 22-5. Bottom of the 8th. Clevin Plawicki's in there. He's a catcher for the Mets. Position player. Saves some arms. And Rendon takes advantage. His 6th hit. 6 for 6. 3 home runs. 10 RBIs. Second player ever to do that. Dusty Baker, the skipper. You ever see something like that?
You know, I can take you from 240 to 280 in a hurry, especially this early in the season. And, you know, it couldn't happen to a finer guy. I think last year he had 1 home run and maybe 1 RBI the whole month. But he finished extremely strong this month in April.
Yeah, from 226 to 278, Dusty. What a day. First player ever with 10 RBIs in a 6 for 6 game with at least 3 homers. Only 3 other players have gone at least 6 for 6 in a game with at least 3 homers. Sean Green against Anderson's Brewers, but he had just 7 RBIs, 3 fewer than Rendon did on Sunday. 1999, Edgardo Alfonso did it in August against the Astros that year. Also didn't come close to matching the RBI total. He had 5. And the 4th player, go back to Ty Cobb, 1925 against the St. Louis Browns. 3 homers, 6 for 6. He had 5 RBIs that day.
Yankees 15-7. It's tops in the AL entering Sunday. Game ahead of Baltimore in the East. Still early, though, on the old refrigerator magnet schedule. Bottom 9, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Yanks down 2. Darren O'Day tries to pick off Starlin Castro at second. Throw goes into center field. O'Day called for a balk and buck. Showalter comes out to argue the call. We look at it again. Here's it, perhaps that is a correct call, but Buck maintains that's O'Day's normal move. That's his motion. And Stu Shearwater, the umpire, inexperienced, didn't recognize it, but kept arguing to no avail. In fact, he got an early shower. Go, you've been bad. Chase Headley would walk, loads the bases. Johnny Hart comes in, and Didi Gregorius knocks a little single through the gap there. And guess what? We're tied as 2 runs score. Now getting the out at third, and we go to extras. Now, curious choice of first baseman for the Yankees here. Yanks have relief pitcher Brian Mitchell stay in the game at first base. Skipper Joe Girardi, he will explain this to those of us less seasoned in the game than he is doing.
It's a unique portion of the game where I'm short on pitchers. I got a strikeout pitcher on the mound that I feel good about, And this way, you know, the chance of handling a ball are probably not too good. Now, if you got a ground ball pitcher and they got a bunch of left-handers coming up, it's probably a different story.
I like it. I love that decision. I'm on board. Let's be aggressive. First batter up, Mitchell's at first, Wellington Castillo, and look up. Pops up, Mitchell, foul ground, can't make the play. Upset about it, Aroldis Chapman, he gets a chuckle, that's fine. Later in the inning, Trey Mancini, another pop-up, way up. Mitchell's got that one. He did still look a little
He's a full-grown man. You should be able to catch a pop.
He did look a little uneasy, but afterwards, look at 0.55. You get after it. High fives for him. Now we're back in as a pitcher. Here's where we're making our steak every day. Orioles runners on first and second, and Mark Trumbo single to center. Scores Joey Rickard. Mitchell would get the loss. The Orioles, now they're even up with the Yanks, 15-8 apiece, win it by a count of 7-4. Matt Holliday, another homer.
Chris Paul and the Clippers sent packing in the first round for the second straight year. And so was the truth. Michael Wilbon joins TV's John Anderson next on SportsCenter.
Juan Rodriguez Chavez and his family fought to become American citizens. He wasn't born here, but that fact never once crossed his mind. And 4 times he put himself in harm's way to save the men who were. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit.
Call you back. Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous!
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening!
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart. Shut up.
Shut up!
That's why State Farm is there.
What a day.
With car insurance for when things go wrong.
What a day!
But also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Discover card. I'm not a customer, but I'm calling about that credit scorecard. Give it? Sure, it's free for everyone. Oh, well, that's nice. And checking your score won't hurt your credit. Oh! I'm so proud of you. Well, thank you.
Free at discover.com/credit scorecard, even if you're not a customer.
La Quinta presents How to Win at Business. Step 1, point decisively with the arm of your glasses. Abracadabra, the stage is yours. Step 2, choose La Quinta, the only hotel where you can redeem loyalty points for a free night instantly and win at business.
Look closely. Hidden in every swing, every chip, and every putt is data that can make the difference between winning and losing. The Microsoft Cloud helps the PGA Tour turn countless points of data into insights that transform their business and will enhance the game for players and fans.
The Microsoft Cloud turns information into insight.
Outside is in. With the Home Depot, building your own grill station is in. So's designing your own oasis. Just start here or come in here. Cutting the cord is in. Doing it yourself is in. And getting out there and enjoying what you built is definitely in. Make your outside in with the next generation of outdoor living. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Papa John's Double Play. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for only $6.99 each.
A deal so big it needs a replay.
Double better ingredients means double better pizza.
Papa John's Double Play. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each.
Papa John's.
Hey, I thought you were choosing the flute.
Everyone's doing flute.
Buick now has an SUV for that.
Where's your brother?
Hey, Mom, it's a tuba.
Buick Enclave, one of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Discover the new Buick and get 16% below MSRP on select 2017 Buick SUVs in stock. That's nearly $8,000 on this 2017 Buick Enclave.
Looking good, Mr. Slow Motion Walking DXL Shopping Fashion Stud. Looking good. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up. DXL. You're looking good.
This week, watch GMA.
Hope you're ready.
And we'll keep the galaxy safe. Because starting tomorrow...
Guess what? It's Guardians of the Galaxy Week on GMA.
That's intense.
And Chris Pratt is in the house.
Good morning, America.
Yes! SportsCenter, brought to you by Modelo Especial. Brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925.
I'm thinking about the loss and how disappointing it was for us and the fans.
There is a stunned silence here in Staples Center.
We obviously came to play. I didn't think we played very well.
A little melancholy on hand here.
Listen, they beat us. They won the series, and I think they should get the congratulations, and there's no excuses. We lost.
The Utah Jazz will close out the Los Angeles Clippers.
It is what it is.
Clips can't close. Since 2013, in every playoff series that ultimately ended their season, Clippers at least had the lead at some point in the series. Led the Jazz 2-1 in this one, crushed in Game 7. A year ago, LA led the Trailblazers 2-0 in the first round, dropped the next 4. 2015, conference semis against the Rockets, famously the 19-point meltdown in Game 7. Ditto 2014 against the Thunder, 2013 against the Grizzlies. Wilbon with us now on SportsCenter. He's actually spent more time on the court at the Staples Center here on Sunday than Rudy Gobert did, but he's not tired. He's still sticking with us. Michael, this is just observing on the TV. This is a home game for the Clippers. It's Game 7. And it looked like maybe it was a random Wednesday in February. What was it like inside the building?
Like a random Wednesday in February, John. I asked Hubie Brown as he was leaving the game cast, I said, Hubie, where was the energy? Hubie was calling this game, and I think he questioned that a couple times during the game. And I guess the only thing, the conclusion you can draw, John, to some extent, is they were tired. Doc Rivers already said that about Chris Paul, that he got tired late, also tweaked an ankle. But where, their rotation was short. There's no Blake Griffin, we know. They were tired, but they started the game that way. They led the game twice by 1 point each time. It did not resemble anything I think that most of us expected to see this particular Game 7 in Staples.
The popular narrative after every Clippers season seems to be we should tear down this team, overhaul the roster. Generally, that's a knee-jerk reaction, but when you've seen this movie so many times, really, what's the future with the Clippers? Where should we take this?
Wow. I mean, you know what? There are few teams that don't get close to a championship over which there's so much debate about what people should do. And rarely is a team that doesn't get anywhere near this close talked about in terms of keeping it together. And my question / answer is why? Why would you keep them together? We've seen this movie, as you suggested, several times. The loss, blowing a 3-1 lead to Houston when they should have been the Clippers in the next series against Golden State. We've seen them blow a series lead 5 consecutive years with or without their 2 best players. What's the point of keeping it together? It seems so much less than the sum of the parts.
I want to properly love up the Utah Jazz. They won a Game 7 on the road. Great for them. Really nice work. We've seen what the Clippers have had for the Warriors the last couple of years. It's nothing. So might I be more entertained by the Jazz going to Golden State? Sure. But do they have anything for the Dubs?
It's hard for me to make the case that the Jazz are going to somehow drag this out into a long series of 6 games or 7 games. It's hard to see. Even if Hayward comes out of it, even if he has a much better series, much better games against the Warriors than we're accustomed to seeing, even if Joe Johnson continues to bathe in the fountain of youth on off days. Remember, you know what happens, John? When the teams that win early, the higher seeds, and have a week off, we tend to go, oh, wait a minute. We have these imaginary flaws. The Warriors are great, and they're going to remind us of it probably sometime midway through Game 1, how great they are, and I think this is going to be a short series.
All right, so we're going to say it's still the Warriors show, and Utah is a nice special guest star this time when we see it around. Michael Wilbon, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, John.
Circus ran away to join him. He is the most interesting analyst in the world. Staples Center closed. No Lakers, no Kings.
Nothing. It's empty.
No
It's a ghost town, right? ESPN down there, ghost town.
In case they lost, we take out the comma, and they would have been well done, Duck.
I was thinking not done, Duck.
Instead, well done, Duck. Connor McDavid, Barry, he was 19 when the season started. Now he's 20. He led the league in points per game, 1.22. If I had to vote, I would vote him for MVP. I understand Crosby was awesome.
I would too.
But to carry this franchise to the playoffs, and he scored a goal Sunday that they'll be talking about for a while.
Yeah, there's a couple more surprises yet out of McDavid. He's not having the terrible series that people are writing about. His team's playing great, and the people playing with him are racking up tons of points.
What a dime from Ryan Getzlaf to Rickard Rakell here, Barry. What a pass!
Set play, unbelievable pass, right on the tape. It's like a quarterback throwing to a wide receiver going down the field. You got to lead him just perfectly. And, oh, by the way, Rakell hasn't been scoring consistently, so that's good news for the Ducks also.
Young team, Barry, 35 seconds in already down. Now it's 2-0. The Ducks looking for more. Look at that twisted wrister from Getzlaf.
I don't know what Darnell Nurse is doing here, racking it around there. Getzlaf smelled that out like moldy cheese. Ooh. He goes in there, and speaking of moldy cheese, right up under the bar. You think these guys, the heads are shaking, man. That's not good. That's not good.
All right, 3-1. Now we need the next one. And we're going to get the next one.
Yeah, John Gibson does not see this puck. It goes in front, it hits the skate, goes right up in the air.
Schleppershev.
He knows it's above his head, but he can't pick it up, and it ends up going off him into the net. And you're right, Schleppershev got the goal right there. So Edmonton's right back in it.
We've been waiting for the Connor McDavid moment.
Whoa!
And here it is. Snap! Thin mints!
Well, John Anderson said, what would we like to be Babe Ruth for a day? What would we like to be Wayne Gretzky for a day? You just saw it right there. That's a Gretzky move, pulls it back on his forehand, goes in with that quick wrist shot, up over the left shoulder. Perfect shot, perfect move, perfect guy right now.
3-3 game, looking to go up 3-0, but Barry, Cam Talbot's been good, but Chris Wagner's shot gets by him.
I guess it was due. That's a goal that he has to stop. We talked about all the other goaltenders that have been struggling. Gibson's been struggling at the other end, but that save's got to be made in a game like that.
John Gibson, Western Pennsylvania product. He's real talented, Barry.
Once it was 3-3, he really closed the door and made some spectacular saves. Edmonton really kept going at him. Breakaways, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, outnumbered chances, great scoring chances, and he really closed the door. I thought he played great the rest of that game, and really was the main reason it ended up being a win for the Ducks, because the Edmonton Oilers had many chances to tie that up or win that game in regulation.
He's an elite young goaltender, so now 2-1. The pressure is now on Edmonton in Game 4. They're up 2-1, but can this young team handle it against a veteran team, Getzlaf, Kessler, Perry, that's built for this?
Well, they blew a golden opportunity tonight. You had the Ducks on the ropes. The Ducks weren't playing well. John Gibson wasn't playing well. You're in your building. The place is crazy. The building's electric, and you let them off the hook. You weren't ready to play the first period. That goal right off the bat, Getzlaf pass to Rakell, that can't happen at this type of game. So these young Edmonton Oilers, all these skilled Edmonton Oilers, they got a lesson today, and it takes 4 wins to win a championship, not 2 wins to win a series. So I'm sure they'll be better in Game 4. The building's going to be unbelievable again, and they'll have a couple days to lick their wounds, but they blew a chance like that. You don't get that many chances, and they blew a golden opportunity to put the Ducks hammer down.
Barry's back later with Blues Predators and Barry's Best.
For James Conner, the waiting was indeed the hardest part. Stay tuned to see why this pick meant so much to others besides Conner.
With the 105th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select James Conner.
Anticipating, touching, seeing, hearing, feeling, gripping, stirring, escaping. Everything you get from a sports car. For great XE offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
Smooth to the core. Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey. The smooth taste of Crown with the perfect apple finish.
Tired of paying hundreds more a year in taxes and fees on your wireless bill? Only T-Mobile One gives you unlimited data with taxes and fees included. That'll save you hundreds. Get 2 lines of unlimited data for $100. That's right, 2 lines, $100, all in. And now the brand new Samsung Galaxy S8 is here. So what are you waiting for? Get the new Galaxy S8. Plus get 2 lines of unlimited data for $100. Taxes and fees included. Only at T-Mobile.
Of course, 7-Up is delicious alone. But ladies, did you know you can make lots of stuff with 7-Up?
I didn't.
Try adding it to lemon cake for an extra kick on Pinochle night.
What else can you do with 7-Up?
Well, you could mix 7-Up with whiskey and drink it at this underground fight club.
Esther?
You know Esther?
We thought you were dead. We went to your funeral.
Well, turns out I'm alive.
In summary, you can do a lot with 7-Up and your dead friend's a cage fighter. 7-Up. Mix it up a little.
I'm hyped.
A very special guest.
My boy is hyped.
And the one and only.
Everybody's hyped.
The man that needs no introduction.
Kick that music. Come on.
Conor McGregor keeps telling everybody he wants to fight. Let's make it happen.
Come on.
There are 100 million plus reasons why the fight will happen.
I'm undefeated, never lost. Something is wrong with you.
The debate starts here. First Take, weekdays at 10 on ESPN.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
The new Galaxy S8 has the world's first infinity screen, which makes your world infinitely bigger. A camera fast enough to catch this, and intelligent enough to understand what it sees. It connects you to home and takes you anywhere you can imagine, which makes it infinitely amazing.
Sunday was the 8,270th game played at Fenway Park, the most in any ballpark in Major League history. Cubs, Red Sox, Chris Bryant, there's his dad, grew up in the Boston area in Medford. Taught his son to hit since he was 5 years old, still his primary hitting coach, and he watches his son hit a home run in Fenway Park. That was Dad's dream growing up, and Mike got to see his son do it Sunday night in Fenway. Second home run of the series. He also saw him hit a home run earlier in the series. 8th inning, bases loaded, 2-2 game. Pedro Strop, wild pitch. Marco Hernandez, who probably should have scored in the Benintendi single to right, finally does. That makes it 3-2, then it's 4-2, and then a gift from the Cubs here. Red Sox go on to win 6-2. Hanley Ramirez did homer earlier in the day. You see that's his third. Sox win by 4.
Hanley, another big home run today. How are you feeling at the plate the last few days?
You know, hitting is about feeling. So I'm feeling like my swing started to come back, my timing. So, you know, I just got to stay short.
You guys are a great team. The Cubs are a great team. What was this weekend like, this series?
I mean, it's feel like a playoff, you know. They got a pretty good team over there. They compete all the way to the end. We do the same thing, so, you know, we came out with a win.
What's the state of the Red Sox right now in your mind a month into the season?
I mean, what happened before in the month, you know, that's in the past. We got to keep rolling. I think everybody's in there is hungry to win, and we really have a good group of team out there in the clubhouse that are, you know, ready to compete every day.
Hanley, thanks.
Yeah,
Monday Night Baseball from Fenway Park. The Buck Truck makes a stop in Fenway as the Orioles come in town. Remember last time, Machado slid to Dustin Pedroia, a little high slide with a spike to the leg, and then the Red Sox throw at Machado. Will everything be settled, or will there be more fireworks? Find out Monday night, ESPN.
Orange Fire burning with desire. Stroh's baseball, Dallas Keuchel throwing against the A's, former BK Comet. Sometimes, yeah, slow and steady gets it done. You don't have to hit triple digits on the gun. You get a little movement in that. Jed Lowry, 80-mile-an-hour slider, couldn't do it. Ryan Healy, same thing. He pulls a little something off this one. Throws it 79 in the dirt. Chad Pinder goes chasing. Brian McCann cleans that up. Keuchel, 5 of his 6 Ks through 5 innings. Off-speed pitches. Now, even when we throw a fastball, not necessarily blazing.
Oh, Tommy Glavine-like.
Yep, Keuchel. Look at that. Pushing 90 on the gun right there at 89. It's Healy swinging.
Reared back. Oh, look out.
88. Just changed, 42. Matt Joyce, looking at it, couldn't pull the trigger. You need 2 pitches. You need the one they're looking for and the one to cross them up. Keuchel, 7 2/3, 9 Ks, 3 hits, 1 earned. Astros win it.
Noah Syndergaard left his Sunday start in Washington. MRI, 7 a.m. Monday. For now, the discomfort being labeled possible lat strain. GM Sandy Alderson said the likely lat injury may or may not be related to his previous complaint, which was the bicep. Some thought they should have got an MRI right away. They didn't. Now they will. Again, early Monday morning. Time for our E-Trade. Did you know Noah Syndergaard went just an inning and a third before being removed on Sunday? It was the shortest start of his career. Entering Sunday, his shortest start was 2 1/3. Last May against the Dodgers when he was ejected for throwing at Chase Utley.
PJ Zurich Open is still open. PJ Tour's new team event. And a pair of twosomes, and then darkness fell across the land. Yeah, suspended play for 6 hours and 22 minutes. Yes. That duo opened the round 8 straight birdies, got to 23 under, 17th hole, and it is getting dark. Brown, just off the green, little birdie putt. Slides by. So Kisner Brown going to the last at 25 under. Cameron Smith playing with Jonas Blixt. Center cut there, 26 under. 18's a par 5, Butchie. Bang. Eagle boy name. So they're at 27. Smith, he cleans it up. He's at 27. And then again, playoff, first thing Monday morning.
11 months ago, James Conner was finishing chemo treatments. His comeback has inspired many. But for 2 families in particular, it goes much deeper than that.
The NBA playoffs continue Thursday on ESPN.
La Quinta presents How to Win at Business. Step 1. Point decisively with the arm of your glasses. Abracadabra, the stage is yours. Step 2. Choose La Quinta, the only hotel where you can redeem loyalty points for a free night instantly and win at business.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
At Zales, we believe in a diamond kind of love. The kind of love that begins unconditionally, then grows even deeper over time. The kind of love that could only come from Mom. Right now at Zales, save 30% off an amazing selection store-wide for Mother's Day. And celebrate Mom with a gift whose meaning goes beyond just one day. A gift that will last for generations. Zales, the Diamond Store.
Papa John's Double Play, 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for only $6.99 each.
A deal so big it needs a replay.
Double better ingredients means double better pizza.
Papa John's Double Play, 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each.
Papa John's.
I see stories in people's faces, in their hands, in their eyes. People tell me stories without saying one word, so I listen. Then I give it back. What are you chasing? Hennessy. Never stop, never settle.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC with 16% below MSRP on select 2017 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab vehicles in stock. That's over $9,000 on this Sierra.
Getting food to hungry older Americans cannot stop, and it won't. Hey, these are our parents and our grandparents out there.
Let's start talking about how we can really get to the root of the problem.
Hey, we hear you. Fighting hunger doesn't stop here. I'm working with AARP Foundation's Drive to End Hunger team to change the national conversation around hunger, bring experts together, and make programs better than ever. If you don't think we're in this together when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Learn more at aarp.org/possibilities.
Looking good, Mr. Slow Motion Walking DXL Shopping Fashion Stud. Looking good. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up. DXL. You're looking good.
It's okay.
Inconsciente, a été transportée à l'hôpital.
Aí, Pedro, preciso de você na caixa, Davi, ajuda ele.
你先把那弄上，对。
James Conner was not supposed to be in the NFL draft this past weekend. That was not his plan. The former Pitt running back had envisioned hearing his name called last year, but plans changed. In this week's SC feature, Tom Rinaldi shares how Conner's life-changing moment happened well before the draft and how that has impacted and inspired others along the way.
This is SC Featured. This is the power of sports.
Just anxious, just excited and ready for, to see if I achieve my dreams and not just ready for a phone call and hopefully those dreams become a reality later tonight. It's just sitting and waiting to see if, if you're in the NFL or not. So I'm not too worried about it, and I can wait as long as it takes. I know the opportunity will come, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, and somebody's getting a football player.
Among family and friends, James Conner is waiting for the phone to ring. Others, who aren't even here, are waiting too. Their stories are part of his.
Whatever happens on draft day, we can wait for that call. It's nothing compared to waiting for the call to whether or not you're going to live or die.
James Conner is dominating this game.
What an effort by Conner. This kid is something else.
In his first 2 seasons for Pitt, James Conner scored 34 touchdowns and rushed for more than 2,500 yards. In 2014, he was named ACC Player of the Year over Jameis Winston. Entering the 15th season, his future seemed clear.
His plan was, I'm going to have a great year, Coach, I'm gone. And I knew that going into the season, and we were going to do everything we could to get him the ball and let him go.
Inside the 10, 5, smells the end zone, touchdown!
Those are the expectations, to have a great season, fulfill that lifelong dream of going to the NFL.
In the season opener against Youngstown State, on Conner's 8th carry, life changed. For the first time.
When they told me that I tore my MCL and I was going to be out for the season, just cried like a baby.
Rehabbing from that injury weeks later, others began to notice Conner looked different.
There was one particular day where I looked at him and I said, hey, you're taking care of yourself. His face looked swollen, he's not getting enough sleep. There's got to be something wrong.
It's like, oh my gosh, that's not him at all. Something's definitely not right.
In November, Conner went for a chest x-ray. The image was clear, the diagnosis devastating. Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. His chemo treatments began immediately.
Round 1. Every 2 weeks for 6 months, a total of 12 treatments. I really didn't know much about it, besides that it takes your hair and that it makes you tired and that you die from it.
1, 2, 3 comes a big pinch. That's it. Good job. All right. Just breathe.
Fear is a choice. The fear of chemotherapy. The fear of dying. The fear of not playing again. You can choose to fear them, or you can choose to attack them, and that's what we did.
After his sessions, often Connor didn't go to bed.
Y'all sleep. My dog James a warrior.
He went to the gym to work, and then to the field to join his team, going through winter workouts wearing a surgical mask to guard against infection.
Any little bit of energy I have, I was trying to make the most of it. So 4:30 a.m. team workouts, I was there working out with those guys. Anything to stay active, anything to get ready for the opener.
May 9th, Connor endured his 12th and final dose of chemotherapy.
All good.
Hello? How are you doing, Doc? Really well.
2 weeks later, he got the phone call telling him he was cancer-free.
So we all good? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. That's amazing.
James Conner, naturally today, it's his day.
Him stepping onto the football field is a miracle.
Throughout the whole battle of fighting the cancer, all that mattered to him was to run out of that tunnel one more time.
They give to Conner. Stiff arm, goal line, touchdown, James Conner, and Heinz Field erupts.
He would score, then score again. Connor had 2 touchdowns in Pitt's win.
Just to see him healthy and running on the field and just happy, and it was just the best feeling ever.
Even before then, Connor's own victory over cancer had reached far beyond the field. To others facing their own battles, like Ian Malashevsky.
I'm the football player, and I came back to the field that I get all the attention, but it's other people who don't get the press, and they're no less important than I am.
Connor had met Ian, a football player and nationally recruited wrestler from his hometown, Erie, just before Pitt's season.
I was watching some of the film from his matches, and just fast, physical dude, man, and just attack mode, just slamming people, yeah, he was the real deal.
Competing in the Greco-Roman Nationals last June, Malashevsky's life changed in the opening match.
The kid kind of got behind me, and I threw like a headlock, slipped, and hit my forehead on the mat with all his weight on my back and all my weight on my neck. Usually when athletes get hurt, they stick their thumb up, and I looked down, tried to stick my thumb up, and no movement. I knew right then I was paralyzed, and I knew I had a long road ahead of me.
The neurosurgeon came to meet with us. I had asked if he would ever walk, and she said he'll be lucky if he can drive his motorized chair with his hand.
Connor would visit Ian at the hospital.
How you doing, bro? I just wanted to go over there and see him because he heard about my situation and knows everything I've been through. So I just wanted to tell him that, he'll see better days. We'll be just fine, bro. We'll be just fine. Trust me.
He'd come a day, 2-3 days a week, and they'd visit, listen to music. He'd help Ian eat. He'd help Ian drink. He'd itch Ian's face. He's a special kid.
Immediately, there's a friendship. I think he really used my struggle as fuel, and I kind of used his as motivation too, so we kind of fueled off each other. Beforehand, all I could do was blink. And now I can curl a 5-pound dumbbell. I'm not helping you. Starting to lift my arms up more. I'm starting to push my manual chair. It's coming back slowly but surely.
He motivates me because he can't wrestle no more. And he knows that. His comeback is getting feeling and moving again. I know that he can't play football anymore. And so that's one of the reasons why I play.
Connor also worked for and played for another young athlete last season.
Go, Andrew.
Andrew O'Neal was raised a Pitt fan, playing every sport he could with his older brother, Matthew,
You can charge up one.
until a persistent pain in his stomach brought a sudden diagnosis.
The doctors came in and they said, your son has a tumor in his abdomen.
Initially, they thought it was something not so bad, and then a week later, they told us that it was neuroblastoma, which is not a favorable pediatric cancer.
They asked us if, we wanted to know numbers, if we were numbers people, and they said about 50-50 chance. My attention turned to, if it's a 50-50 chance, it's gonna work out. We're gonna be the positive 50%.
He had always really liked James Conner. I feel like he was very similar to him. He'd get chemo and then he'd go to practice and run and do drills with the team. And Andrew would have chemo, be in the ICU, and then play in a baseball game within 24 hours.
American Ninja Warrior, O'Neill household, Andrew, go! Oh, he's getting the log roll.
He felt a connection to him, and he was able to watch him get stronger and recover and get back on the field, and I feel like for him that was hope. He said, I really would like to meet him.
Andrew got that chance in November before Pitt's game against Duke.
His face lit up when he seen me. He told me I was his favorite player. He's got my heart.
Andrew loved every minute of it. I asked him, what did James say to you? And he said, he told me he loved me. That's what stuck with Andrew. He felt that James loved him.
Shortly after that game, Andrew's condition worsened.
Being told that there's nothing more that they can do for your child, I think that was definitely the hardest moment in my life ever. I said, what do you want? And he said, no more doctors, no more hospitals, I want to go home. And so we decided to bring him home.
With Andrew watching at home, in early December, Conner received the Disney Spirit Award in Orlando. Emotional in his speech, he mentioned two friends by name.
There's people who dealing with worse things other than cancer. I got a friend, Ian Malcheski, up in Erie, who's paralyzed from the neck down. He's fighting a battle right now. Young kid Andrew O'Neill, the same day I figured I won this award, he had two wishes, to meet Mickey Mouse and meet me. And with this being a Disney award, this is for me and him. And you just play the game of football for somebody who can't.
That award meant so much to him, but also to us. We were pretty shocked to think that maybe Andrew had as much of an impact on James as James did on Andrew.
Just 4 days after the award show, Andrew died. He was 5 years old.
It's hard. No child should ever endure that. But we have so many memories. Great memories. And that's what we'll remember.
Their boy meant something in this world, and he had an impact on people. He changed lives, changed my life.
Through every workout, in every sprint, James Conner knows not every story shares his ending. Not every fight has his outcome. He also knows what he means and why his getting drafted matters to others.
I have never wanted somebody to do so well in my life. I mean, I'm a fan, but I hope he succeeds in life regardless of what he does. He will always hold a special place in our heart for what he has done for our family and for so many others.
You just realize that you're not alone, even though his struggle is different than mine. We're both fighting something.
He has come through cancer, and if he gets the phone call to go to the draft, he has worked hard, he has overcome it. Anything can happen.
After 2 days, 3 rounds, and 104 picks, 11 months after the most important phone call of his life, James Conner's phone rang. Again.
Hello? Coach, how you doing?
Hey, where are you? You in Erie?
Yes, sir, I'm in Erie.
Congratulations, man, to you and your family, man. We're excited for you. But more importantly, man, we're excited about you being a Steeler, man. And we're chasing the world championship here in 2017, and you're going to be a big part of that.
I promise you, you're going to get everything I got and then some. I appreciate you. All right, thank you, thank you. About to be in a bird, about to be in a bird.
like you never left.
With the 105th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select James Conner.
Three families, 2 phone calls, 1 bond. A dream realized for more than James Conner.
Sunday was Andrew O'Neill's birthday. He would have been 6 years old and would have wanted nothing more than to see his friend James Conner get drafted by his favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. For more on James Conner and to hear exclusive interviews, listen to the companion SC featured podcast series found in the Listen tab of the ESPN app, available now.
For I can't help falling in love with you.
Give extra, get extra.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
Where is it?
Well,
I love it. This piece is so you.
I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Why do we make grills? For igniting togetherness every time you push the button. For burners that keep your flame burning strong year after year. For being able to choose exactly the kind of grill you want. For 2, 3, 4, and 6 burner grills that fit any and every lifestyle. The all-new Genesis 2 Series featuring GS4, Weber's brand new high-performance grilling engine. Weber, for life.
Oh, I just bought a hybrid car, this Ioniq that you see.
Who knew that it would be the perfect ride for me? It sips the fuel, the tech is cool, this baby really goes.
Everybody loves it, from my ladies
to my bros.
You know, the world didn't need another hybrid. It needed a better hybrid. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq, the most fuel-efficient car in America.
Hey, need fast heartburn relief? Try Cool Mint Zantac. It releases a cooling sensation in your mouth and throat. Zantac works in as little as 30 minutes. Nexium can take 24 hours. Try Cool Mint Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you our new ESPN mascot, Baby Groot. He's really being embraced by our staff.
He's just not that cute. I mean, he looks like a dog chew toy or something. I love him.
Whatever you do, do not touch that button. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What do you think about ESPN's new mascot?
Oh, my man, Baby Groot. Wait.
I am Groot.
This is a legal alert for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. If you used Johnson's baby powder, shower to shower, or another talcum powder product, you may have a case.
Call 1-800-258-7069. That's 1-800-258-7069.
People ask me all the time, George, what do I do with my idea for a new product? I tell them, call my friends at InventHelp. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-358-0716.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma, call now. An estimated $30 billion has been set aside for asbestos victims. You may be entitled to compensation.
For your free legal consultation, call 1-800-644-9174. That's 1-800-644-9174. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
If you or a loved one underwent hernia surgery between 2010 and 2016 and then suffered serious complications, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Call 1-800-798-6220.
John Butchergosh, John Anderson, Chelsea, Everton. Our boy Pedro, he hasn't scored in a while. 8-game scoreless streak in all comps, and that's how you end it, with a frickin' laser off the left foot. Antonio Conte is fired up, and look at this, not a teammate. That's a fanboy. Out of the stands, hugs Pedro, and he gets out. Oh, security guard. I should not have let that happen. He goes, tries to find the. Oh, then another non-teammate fanboy jumps on the puck. Get back here. Keep your hands off of Pedro. Magic number to clinch their Premier League title was 9 points for Chelsea. Sunday, International Jazz Day. There was an all-star global concert in Havana, Cuba. Mark Eaton on the trombone, John Stockton on the Yaz flute.
I don't know if that's correct. Karl Malone walking the baseline here. Darnell Griffith free-flowing like Coltrane. Now the Jazz go up against a basketball symphony. That's the Golden State Warriors. And all you really have to do is just sit back and listen.
Oh, man, they're a whole nother animal. I know coaches will have a game plan for that, too. You got to try to make things difficult, not let them get easy leak-out stuff, easy threes, but we'll worry about that tomorrow.
They've been resting. We've been, going through it, and I think with our play tonight of, all 15 guys making an effort to pull out this win just shows that, we're a deep team, and the way the ball was moving on the offensive end and the way we were defending, I think we can take that, and try to carry it on to the next series.
The road now gets a lot harder for the Jazz as they, of course, have to face the Warriors in the next round. They're 20-1 dogs to win the series. They're 13-point underdogs in Game 1, which is Tuesday. The Jazz have lost 7 of the 8 meetings, including 2 of 3 this year.
1, 2, 3, get 'em. 1, 2, 3, get 'em.
Swinging a long drive, deep left field, way back. This ball is gone. 6 for 6 in the game for Rendon. 3 home runs in the game. Unbelievable.
1, 2, 3, get 'em.
Well, minus Rendon, the Nationals had 7 other guys driving a total of 13 runs. 9 players pounded out another 17 hits. So let's see some of the. It's 13-6 when Josh Smoker serves one up to Matt Wieters. Hey, Earth's full, go home. Nats up 14-5. And then the next inning, they kept batting around. Wieters comes up again.
He's having a great year.
Yeah, this time we got 2 on base. And lo and behold,
still nobody out.
Done. I mean, Bob Carpenter is practically out of Cias after this one.
Out of see you laters, yeah.
Wieters 3 for 4, 2 homers, 4 ribs. And he wasn't even close to being the best guy in the game.
Smoker and a pancake?
Bottom 8. Listen, if those guys are hitting a home run, you figure Bryce Harper's got to get a whack at this thing, right? Yeah. 19-5. Kevin Plawecki is in now.
Yeah, he's
really the catcher, right? Pop, showtime. 9th homer of the year for him. I think that should be half if you don't hit it off an actual pitch.
Yeah, it's like playing the forward tees.
2 batters later, Adam Lynn's going to pinch hit for Joe Blanton. Why? Let everybody hit. You don't have to pinch hit for that guy. Nats 7 homers. 23 ribs. Nationals win at 23-5, a franchise record for runs scored. They've scored 14 or more 5 times in the month
love box scores
of April. Yeah, there it is. I mean, there's some zeros, but not many. 23 runs, 23 hits. Everybody in the starting lineup had at least 1. Overall, in April, they scored 170 runs, most they've scored in a single month since moving to Washington in 2005. Second most in April in franchise history by just 6 runs. What we're saying is they mash. And it turns out, Rendon, competition for the organizational's Player of the Year or Player of the Day award, South Atlantic League, Carter Kieboom That's right, Carter Kieboom, Nats Class A affiliate Hagerstown. He wore out Lexington pitching. So he hit 1, there's 2. This was their top pick 2016.
Wind blowing out.
28th overall.
Furiously.
He went 5 for 7.
Get it in the air.
3 homers. The Oppo, 5 ribs. Guy had 6 homers as a pro coming in. They win it 22-4. So I don't know who the organizational hitting coach is, but he's doing nice work. Hagerstown, 22, one shy of the Major League team's record. Nats had 10 different players combined for 23 hits. The Suns upped them in a big way. 9 players, starting lineup combined for 30 hits. 4 different Suns players had 5 knocks. That's amazing. Nats only had the 1 player with 5 or more. And not to say that Rendon isn't super special on this Sunday.
He once made a weeping willow laugh. He is the most interesting analyst in the world, Barry Melrose. And Barry, the loudest U.S. NHL rank might be?
Nashville.
Might be Nashville.
Yep. San Jose is very good, but it might be Nashville taking the crown.
More on that after this. The highlight of the game, of course, it's Game 3, Nashville and St. Louis. DeMarco Murray present. And who did the anthem? The Little Big Town?
Little Big Town, Little Big Town. They are very good.
Little defenseman Ryan Ellis scores.
Yeah, but a big beard. Puck comes out to him. He's got a rocket of a shot. Another goal from the defenseman of the Nashville Predators. They've been scoring more goals than any other defense in the playoffs so far. Seeing eye shot right along the ice, through legs, through skates. The goaltender, Allen, never picks it up. That's another big lead and an early lead for Nashville Predators.
Never saw it. Matthias Ekholm up to Colton Sissons. His sauce deflected by Cody McLeod, who puts in the rebound.
Cody's in the lineup to protect the forwards from the big, bad St. Louis Blues. Right here, he gets rewarded with a goal. He goes to the net, little tip. It doesn't go in. His hands are still good enough to throw it off the goalie skates right there. So I love it when the tough guys get rewarded with a goal.
Frothy sauce. Offensive zone time. The Preds have plenty of it in this sequence, Barry. And Yossi's on a vacation far away.
And the Preds have been changing players. They had fresh guys on the ice. St. Louis couldn't get guys off the ice. They had no jam left. They couldn't win any battles. They couldn't win any races. Oshie finally takes mercy on them and shoots the puck. They could have kept it for another couple minutes, and they get the 3rd goal of the game right there. Great puck control by the Nashville Predators.
Tony Lewis was to the outfield. Roman Josi is to the Preds. Barry's best, it's Nashville.
I'm going outside the box. I'm tired of picking players. I'm picking the people that sing the national anthem. Little Big Town in Nashville. Nashville's 3rd straight win on home ice in the playoffs. And is it something to do with the people that are singing the national anthem? I think it is. They get the award Barry's best.
Dak Prescott was there as well. They've won 7 straight playoff games on home ice, including all 3 this postseason. They get 3. How many Lexus are you going to give out for this one?
4. They all get one.
Well, they're all Little Big Town.
That's big. We got the big show here. Little Big Town's in the big show.
Carrie Underwood has sung the anthem.
She's sung.
Luke Bryan has
sung national. And the way they're playing, I got to think there's going to be a few more lined up to sing the national
anthem. Who do you send out Game 4?
Garth's got to sing. Garth's got to sing.
All right.
Unless you save him for the finals. He might be there for the finals.
He's busy in Vegas. Barry's best.
Barry's Best is brought to you by Lexus. Experience amazing.
Vroom, vroom. Dale Earnhardt Jr., retirement is coming, but still 11,406 miles of NASCAR racing to get home. That's like driving from his house in Mooresville, North Carolina, to Eastport, Maine, and turning left and going more than 4,000 miles to Homer, Alaska. And of course, then you turn left again and motor across the continent nearly 5,000 miles to Daytona International Speedway. Then he needs to do like 7 laps around that famed oval before going, left back to Mooresville, which is actually 11,406.3 miles, which if he has a long driveway, takes him right up to his door. Then it's retirement, the Redskins, fantasy football, and his new wife, Amy. 29 races left. Junior's first one, scorching hot day. As you see there, he's popular. Second all-time NASCAR history, 14th most popular driver. Jimmy Johnson colliding with Earnhardt.
Jimmy didn't know he was there. Came off the corner and didn't know the car was there. So it was an explosion. But we were probably going to finish anywhere around from 10th to 15th today. Not all that awesome, but, we just had such terrible luck.
Bad luck, finished 30th for the race. Michael Waltrip caught up with Denny Hamlin.
Denny, How do you feel about your car today? I've got sources inside the garage area that tell me the FedEx Camry is the fastest car in town.
I don't trust your sources anyway.
Fake news. Hamlin may not have the fastest car, had the hottest one during the race. 146 degrees, the temperature inside that baby. Woo. You need some hydration modules right there. Hamlin finished third. Don't trust Waltrip sources? I don't know, 17 laps to go. Joey Logano chasing Kyle Larson for the lead. Logano, when he was a kid, remember they used to call him, what was it, dry white toast or sliced bread or whatever. He's older now, and he's just really good. Logano, second race win of the season.
Looking good, Mr. Slow Motion Walking DXL Shopping Fashion Stud. Looking good. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up. DXL. You're looking good.
And it's all tied up in Chicago.
I got this. Game over.
When you got flow, you know. New Gatorade Flow. All the flavor with a new smooth finish.
Introducing the LG G6, the big screen that fits in your hand. For a limited time, get the LG G6 at Verizon for $14 a month and get a Google Home on us.
Take your time, take your time, take your time. No need to hurry. Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. No need to hurry. No slipping, no sliding.
The Corona can always finds its beach.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack knocked over a candlestick onto the shag carpeting, and his pants ignited into flames, causing him to stop, drop, and roll. Luckily, Jack recently had Geico help him with renter's insurance, because all his belongings went up in flames. Jack got full replacement and now has new pants he ordered from Banana Republic. Visit geico.com and see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
What if technology gave us the power to turn this enemy into an ally?
Microsoft and its partners are using smart traps to capture mosquitoes and sequence their DNA to fight disease. There are over 100 million pieces of DNA in every sample. With the Microsoft Cloud, we can analyze the data faster than ever before. If we can detect new viruses before they spread, we may someday prevent outbreaks before they begin.
Outside is in. With the Home Depot, building your own grill station is in. So's designing your own oasis. Just start here or come in here. Cutting the cord is in. Doing it yourself is in. And getting out there and enjoying what you built is definitely in. Make your outside in with the next generation of outdoor living. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Papa John's Double Play. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for only $6.99 each.
A deal so big it needs a replay.
Double better ingredients means double better pizza.
Papa John's Double Play. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each.
Papa John's.
Hey, I thought you were choosing the flute.
Everyone's doing flute.
Buick now has an SUV for that.
Where's your brother?
Hey, Mom, it's a tuba.
Buick Enclave, one of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Discover the new Buick and get 16% below MSRP on select 2017 Buick SUVs in stock. That's nearly $8,000 on this 2017 Buick Enclave.
Playoff?
What?
LPGA Tour playoff. Haru Nomura, Christy Kerr. 6th playoff hole. Nomura, second shot, par 5, 18th. She's going to run it up there, run it up there, run it up there. Miss the bunker. What a golf shot.
Rub of the green.
Within 15 feet. You see they're riding the wind there on 18. Now how about Kerr? She can reach it. Sun going down. They're in Texas. She's going to skirt it up there. Can she miss the ball? It takes a right-hand turn. The blinker is on. It's in the bunker. Kerr, she needs that to go. No. Haru Nomura. She wins on the 6th playoff hole.
Clippers season is finished. Paul Pierce's brilliant career now over. 22 minutes, 6 points to close out his 19th and final NBA season. The bulk and best of it played in Boston. 15 years, a championship in 2008 for the former #1 pick. Pierce retired 15th on the NBA all-time scoring list. More than 26,000 points. That's a lot of buckets for the True.
Definitely disappointing. Not the ending that you want. You know, everybody wants that storybook ending, you know, but everybody can't be Michael Jordan or Peyton Manning, you know, and go out on with a championship. But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm happy with the way my career has gone, what I've been able to accomplish, what I've been able to do throughout my career. You know, I gave every ounce of I could, you know, each and every day. You know, I have no regrets. This game has meant everything, you know, for me, and I'm happy from start to finish. You know, it's been a fun ride.
Listen, you get 19 seasons in the league, that is nice. Finished his regular season career, 26,397 points. That is 2 more than fellow Celts legend, Hondo. Here's 15 seasons in green. I'll just play with the Nets and the Clips. 10 times he made an All-Star appearance. 10th overall pick. That's symmetry. Also won the 2008 Finals MVP award.
Gucci Mane's star of the night time. And my star of the night is Canada. Now, your boy Brett Kissel, a Canadian country music star, haven't seen him, I should. He was set to sing the U.S. national anthem up there in Canada before the Oiler-Duck game. One problem, his wireless microphone wasn't working. Here's what happened in Edmonton, Alberta. So there he's all pumped, got his hat on his guitar. He's ready to sing the U.S. anthem. And okay, the mic's not working, so he needs the crowd to help out.
No.
Oh, Canada, you're so cute. John Starr and Top Plays are coming up.
Looking good, Mr. Slow Motion Walking DXL Shopping Fashion Stud. Looking good. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up. DXL. You're looking good.
Discover Card? Customer service? Ma'am, this isn't a computer. Wait, you're real? With Discover Card, you can talk to a real person in the U.S. like me, anytime. Wow, this is a recording. Really? No, I'm kidding.
100% U.S.-based customer service. Here to help, not to sell.
La Quinta presents How to Win at Business. Step 1, point decisively with the arm of your glasses. Abracadabra, the stage is yours. Step 2, choose La Quinta, the only hotel where you can redeem loyalty points for a free night instantly and win at business.
Getting food to hungry older Americans cannot stop, and it won't. Hey, these are our parents and our grandparents out there. Let's start talking about how we can really get to the root of the problem.
Hey, we hear you. Fighting hunger doesn't stop here. I'm working with AARP Foundation's Drive to End Hunger team to change the national conversation around hunger, bring experts together, and make programs better than ever. If you don't think we're in this together, when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Learn more at aarp.org/possibilities.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together, we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
core. Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey. The smooth taste of Crown with the perfect apple finish.
Cricket has something epic for you. Our plans start at only $30 a month. We've got more 4G LTE coverage than T-Mobile or Sprint. Plus, switch now and get a brand new smartphone for free. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
The NBA playoffs continue Thursday on ESPN.
Don't let them do this to you. They're afraid. They're lying to you.
Once testing starts, there's no going back.
You're not what they say you are.
My name is Morgan Yu. Year is 2035.
You have to destroy Talos 1. Kill them.
Rated M for mature.
Attention parents of children with cerebral palsy. If you suspect a medical mistake may have occurred at or near the time of birth, call Science and Kirk for a free legal consultation.
Call 1-800-336-5513. That's 1-800-336-5513.
People ask me all the time, George, what do I do with my idea for a new product? I tell them, call my friends at InventHelp. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-358-0716.